With a rollicking song, he sweeps along, swaggering boisterously. His face is weather-beaten. He wears a hooded sash, with a silver hat about his head, and a bristling black mustache. He growls as he storms the country, a villain big and bold. And the trees all shake and quiver and quake as he robs them of their gold. The autumn wind is a raider, pillaging just for fun. He'll knock you round and upside down and laugh when he's conquered and won.
What's good, nation? I don't have to post these comments. So everybody pulled up to see Will Governor, but unfortunately, my man's not getting back to me once again. So I guess we'll just talk about other things. Maybe he'll pop up. Maybe he'll get back to me. Who knows? So what's good, nation? How's everybody in the chat? Thanks for pulling up. Appreciate you. Raider Ryan, what's good, my man? Billy D, what's going on? Thanks for pulling up. Yeah, so, man, I don't know what's happening. We've been talking back and forth. He said he was good to go 6 p.m. tonight, but the man just had a baby, I guess, so maybe he'll pull up. Maybe he won't. Maybe we'll reschedule. I don't know. But if y'all want to sit and talk, we can talk Raiders. What do y'all think about the Davante Adams saga going on? Aaron Rodgers, DA to the Jets. Let me know in the comments below what y'all think about that. I think it's just all nonsense. They're constantly just trying to stir the pot. I said it on a live the other day. Yeah, no woo, man. He didn't show up. Hasn't got back to me yet. So, anyways, I said on the live the other day that DA, if he really didn't want to be here, if you watch the Netflix saga or drama, whatever you want to call it, the Netflix receiver show, the man basically said he wanted out in the beginning and then said he didn't want out. I guess he was good once they got rid of Jimmy Garoppolo and brought in Aiden O'Connell. And I said many times in a bunch of lives that if my man wanted out, he would have left at the end of the season. DA wants to be a Raider. He doesn't want to go anywhere else. He loves the fact that his grandma could show up to the games. She didn't get to see him play one time when he was in Green Bay. So, like I said, man, the only thing that bothers me about it is if he wanted to go, he would have been gone. If the Raiders didn't want him, he would have been gone. Like, the only way we was moving up to get a quarterback in the draft last year was trading Davante Adams or Colton Miller. I made plenty of videos about it. People thought I was crazy, but that was the only way we were going to get a quarterback in the draft. That was the only possible way, was get rid of DA. So they didn't get rid of DA, and he didn't go anywhere, which tells me that he believes in Aiden O'Connell. And if you watch his interviews, all he's done is talk good about Aiden O'Connell. Aiden O'Connell's coming into his own. Aiden O'Connell's cool as a cucumber, like he said on the Shannon Sharp show. In the pocket, the man don't get rattled for a rookie. That's just absolutely tremendous for our team, for our franchise. And if he can just continue to go up, man, the sky's the limit. And we can afford to pay players like Max Crosby and Davante Adams. Let's check out the chat. Raph, salute my brother. Thanks for pulling up. it's the media, and I'm tired of all this too, man. Right? It's just nonstop drama. They just constantly hate on the Raiders, and I think they're just scared of what we become and what we're about to do this season. If Aiden O'Connell is anywhere close to the man I believe he is, and the quarterback I think he is, and the quarterback Antonio Pierce, Tom Telesco, Devontae Adams, everybody, Max Crosby, everybody that's been on the rush has all said AOC is that guy. So for the media just to keep spreading drama, and man, even the Seattle fan, dude, I can't think of his name right now. I was watching it last night. He did a tape breakdown on all of AOC's top plays. The man's a Seattle fan. I guess his wife is a Raiders fan. So he breaks down Raider film, and that dude says straight out, Raider Nation, you got your quarterback. AOC is fired. That dude was just completely shocked watching the videos of AOC. And I was too. I was surprised in the preseason. I was surprised that they didn't let him at least try to start in the first game of the year, because Jimmy G just wasn't ready to go, man. It just kind of ruined our season. Love your forearm tattoo, brother. Right? Raiders family all day. Appreciate it. Oh, yeah, man. I'm always down. Raider Nation for life. Boy, I bleed silver and black. Well, besides, I got a hog shirt on. I forgot to change my shirt. So, anyways, I'm a Razorback fan, college, but I bleed silver and black. There's only one team in the NFL, in my opinion. Jim is trash. What, Jim Harbaugh? Man. Hey, where's Woo Governor? You tell me. I don't know. I sent him the stream. Can y'all see? Bam, bam, bam. He replied yes. And maybe he's got something going on, man. Maybe from what he said last time, is the man just had a baby. He brought a little tiny Raider into the world. I don't know if it's first, second, or what. I was going to ask him that when he pulled up on the show, but man, I don't know. Maybe they're still in the hospital. Maybe things didn't go right, but he said he was free yesterday and today, and we scheduled for today. So maybe he got the time wrong and he'll pull up in a little bit, or maybe just something came up, man. I know pads are coming on soon. Training camp's going on. Maybe he wasn't as free as he thought he was. Calm down, folks, right? Oh, sweet. There's my brother in the chat. I don't even know how to say your name. The Talbert 56. Hit him up, my brother. Hit him up. Get him on. Right? July 1st, training camp. The pads come on. My man's going to have to fly out of town. What's going on with that? Fly out of town, leave the new baby, man. That's hard. That's hard for a young man to deal with. That's a lot of stuff going on. So if he doesn't pull up, man, no shame. I totally understand. Like, just for him saying he would do this and agreeing to do this meant the world to me. So, man, if he can't make it, it's all good. I know things happen, but if he does pull up, I'd love to have him on the show. Anyways, like I was saying about DA, man, if he wanted to go, he would go. And there's a reason he didn't leave and try to go to the Jets or say he wanted to be traded. Devontae believes in this franchise. He believes in the players in the locker room. He's like twin brothers with Max Crosby. They like Oreo cookies. So he don't want to go nowhere. He doesn't want to be traded. The only thing is that I don't like is he keeps saying, if I didn't want to be here, I wouldn't be here. But you don't make that decision, no matter how great of a quarterback you are, or quarterback, Jesus, no matter how great of a wide receiver you are, that's not up to you. If the man doesn't cut it, or the Raiders think they can get something that they need to bring to this team, then, players go. Just as Josh Jacobs, just as Charles Woodson, just as the great Marcus Allen. I mean, it's a business. Things happen. I would love to see DA on the team, because I think with him getting doubled, or them not being able to double him this year, just opens this 12 personnel wide zone scheme wide open. I don't know why everybody's worried about this offense. They think it's going to take time to gel and come along. But most of the players that we brought in, including AOC, has ran a West Coast offense before. So it's nothing new to him except for the terminology. And with the way those guys are book smart and have their nose in the books constantly, I just don't see it being hard for the man to pick up or anybody else on the team. I mean, when you got a running back like Zamir White back there looking like the Credible Hulk, and you got 2 tight ends and 5 linemen, come on, man. You got 8 people blocking for AOC. If you give that man time like they gave Tom Brady, he's going to pick defenses apart. He's shown it over and over again in his tape. I'm a Cali boy, born, not raised. Spent most of my life in Vegas and back and forth, Arkansas to Vegas. Mom's lived in Vegas. Pops lived in Northwest Arkansas. And that's what I've been. But yeah, 24 years in Vegas, or probably more than that. I don't know. But Cali boy, West Coast guy, all the way. Diehard Raider till I die, you know. Go Cowboys, go. What? Come on. Cowgirls. The only thing I like is cowgirls. I don't like cowboys, man. But welcome to the chat. Thanks for showing up. ALC will be fine. We got the players and the weapons on this team. Speaking of the weapons, do we ever have the weapons on this team, bro? Trey Tucker, Devontae Adams, Jacoby Myers, Brock Bowers. I was going to say it like Graf, but I just act a fool and make myself look stupid, biting people's shit. But anyways, Brock Bowers, the man that I think is going to come out, Michael Mayer. Man, Michael Mayer is totally underrated. They think because we went and got Brock Bowers that Michael Mayer's not going to be in this offense. That man is going to be a big key to this offense. And if y'all don't believe me, when we get off this live, go on YouTube, check out the Chargers game. His very first play ever in the NFL, that man ran Khalil Mack 10 yards backwards, 15 yards sideways, and flipped him up over his head and poured syrup on that pancake. And that's Khalil Mack. So, man, when you got guys that are rookies blocking like that and a quarterback with AOC's accuracy and you're a Raiders fan and you're worried about this offense, bro, pump the brakes. Luke Getsy has already said he's not running anything he ran in Chicago and he's not running anything he ran in Green Bay. When they asked him what kind of system he was going to run, his exact words were, I haven't met the players yet. When I get to know the players, I will build my offensive system around them. And if you're building the offensive system around Aiden O'Connell, bro, look out. With this defense probably giving up, 13, 14 points a game? What they give up last year? 16? Man, it's going to be way less than that. Max Crosby, Christian Wilkins, quarterbacks are going to be running for their lives. Cowboys. Tucker is coming this evening. Tyler. Oh, man. Tucker came last season, bro. He showed up last year. People got to remember, Tyreek Hill had something in the 500. I don't remember the exact number, but my man had like 500 or something yards his rookie year, and that's the cheetah, bro. So when you got a player like Trey Tucker who didn't get near as many receptions, I'd pull it up on my phone, but anyways, he didn't get near as many receptions as Trey Tucker did his rookie year, and Tuck still had almost 400 yards. So, man, when they put him in that system, if they, in my opinion, I'd put him in the outside, and I'd put Jacoby Myers in the slot if we're not running 12 personnel. If we're running 12 personnel, then, I mean, you kind of got to have Jacoby on the field. Unless you're trying to stretch the field, then you got to have Tuck in there. But all right, what? Man, still nothing. Damn. So what do y'all think, man? What do y'all think about this offense? Are y'all as worried as most of the content creators and these so-called analyst gurus or specialist bloggers or whatever they call themselves? Because, man, I think they're just fishing, and they know if they talk about the Las Vegas Raiders, that Raiders fans are going to watch. from all over the world, because we ain't just in LA, we ain't just in Vegas, we ain't just in Oakland. It's nationwide. So of course they're going to bring up the Raiders, man. That's how they're going to get views. That's how they're going to get clicks. That's how they're going to get people to read. Look at all the content creators that don't even have nothing to do with the Raiders making Raider content daily. Um, what are my thoughts on Crosby and Wilkins? Are they the best D line in the league? Is that from the Cowboys fan? Yeah, just from absolutely, my brother. Do you think they're not? Come on, name me two defensive linemen better than Max Crosby and Christian Wilkins. And I'll even do you one better than that. Throw in Malcolm Kuntz in there, because my man is coming this year. He had what, 8 sacks, and when AP took over, that's almost a sack a game, I believe. Like, that dude is a monster. His bend is ridiculous. His get off is insane. His technique is just getting better and better and better daily. And then you throw in Tyree Wilson in the mix, who's just an absolute freak of nature. Come on, we have the best defensive line in the NFL. And by the end of this season, come back and talk to me, because I believe we will have the best defense in the history of the NFL if we keep these guys together for the next year or two. It's just dominating, bro. Nobody's gonna be able to stop this defense. Nobody. And the offense either. When we get in 12 personnel and you got, like I said, Jacoby Myers, Brock Bowers, Trey Tuck, Mayer, and then we ain't even counting bringing Dylan Labe out of the backfield or lining him up in the slot. Oh my goodness, bro. Come on, man. It's just fun. I can't wait. Can we start the season? Can we start the season? Let's go. Let's go. Just skip preseason. Skip all, just put the pads on. Bring on the Chargers. Let's get it. Yeah, for real. The media hates. Oh, dude, always. We're the most hated. Always been the most hated. We about to ball out. Oh man, they hate that we about to ball out. They hate that the roster we got on paper. They hate the fact that Antonio Pierce is a master motivator. They hate the fact that the coaching staff that we assembled is just absolutely ridiculous. I was talking yesterday on DSR Live, man. Go check them out. My brother's over there. So I was saying last night, man, like, this team is ridiculous with the coaching staff we put together. I mean, go on Raiders.com and look at the coaching staff, bro. We got, like, I think 60, close to 100 years of experience just on the defensive side of the ball. That is just absolutely insane, bro. It's just ridiculous. Like, come on. When you got Mike Caldwell, when you got, who else? Ricky Manning Jr., man, the list goes on and on. Like, these guys, Rob Ryan, Marvin Lewis, just an insane defensive coach. Like, bro, got to get my eyes on the Raiders. Oh, everybody's got to keep their eyes on the Raiders, bro. We're going to see you in preseason. You going to go into the game? What's your name? Allison Pitts. You going to be at the Raiders Cowboys preseason game and watch that. I don't know if I can cuss on here. Watch that ass whooping live. It's my live. I can cuss, right? 60 to 100 years. Raider Nation for life. Raiders all day, every day. Cowboys fans always trying to snoop in on us, right? Hey, even though they hating, they still watching, right? Right? Let them hate. Let them watch. They got to know what's going on. Who doesn't want to watch the best team in the NFL, man? Like, bro, I if I was another team, I'd be scared to death too. If I was the Bengals, if I was the Ravens, if I was the Chiefs, if I was the Broncos, if I was Jacksonville Jaguars, man, if I was any of those teams, I'd be watching every single thing the Raiders do. I'd be watching everything the content creators put out. Be watching every little secret step you could get on us, because we coming, baby. We coming. Right? This is my podcast, baby. Just win. I know my man's a Bucks fan, but he gonna be a Raiders fan soon. We're converting him to the dark side. Soon as Woo Governor makes this roster, we're gonna have a lot more Tampa Bay fans gonna be Raiders. We'll give you Dak Prescott for Woo Governor, bro. Even though that sounds like an absolutely insane trade, my bad, bro. Was on the field. Can you give me like 30? Absolutely. All right, so if y'all want to hang around for 30 minutes, I don't know what I'm going to talk about for 30 minutes, but this is my first live. If y'all don't know, like I've gone live on my phone a couple times, and I was trying to wait to make a big splash with my first live and bring in somebody that's going to make a splash, like Woo Governor going to make a splash for this defense. So I'm not really prepared to talk for a half hour, but man, I could talk about the Raiders all day. Just give me a subject in the chat and we'll blow it up. We're going to town, the AFC West. What? The AFC West going to the playoffs with 13 to 14 games. Man, I believe we win the division this year, and I believe we definitely make the playoffs. If we don't make the playoffs, man, I don't know. Like, I'd be speechless. I'd be absolutely I'm speechless now, bro. Just thinking about it. Like, if we don't make the playoffs, something went tremendously wrong, and we just had all kinds of horrible things happen to us. I'm not even gonna put them out there. But you know what could possibly happen to us that would stop us from going to the playoffs. Gardner Minshew or AOC? Man, it's AOC all day, bro. It's AOC all day. The man is an absolute freak of nature. He's like DA already said, he's cooler than a cucumber in the pocket. He doesn't get rattled. He throws dimes. Like I said, when you get off here, man, go watch the tape. If you're not an Aiden O'Connell fan, go watch the tape of Aiden O'Connell's top plays. It's like 28 minutes of just absolute dimes. He actually rolls out of the pocket. He's not a statue like everybody thinks. You love Uncle Rico? Man, hey, I'm a big Gardner Minshew fan too. The dude's absolutely hilarious. His character is totally just just one of a kind, man. The guy sounds like a stoner surfer. He cracks me up. But he doesn't have the accuracy AOC does. AOC has way more upside. We already know what Garner brings to the table. He brings a little bit of scrambling. He makes plays. He makes plays happen when there are nothing. When there's nothing happening. Man, I don't know why I can't talk today. But when he scrambles and tries to make plays, he also fumbles the ball a lot. Gardner Minshew has 43 fumbles or 34 fumbles in 48 games. Come on, man. I don't know why I'm throwing my hands up like Graf, dude, but 48 games, 34 fumbles. Dude, that's just ridiculous numbers. Like, you can't have that as your starting quarterback, and that's why the man was a backup until Richardson got hurt last year. But, man, even the rookie Richardson couldn't beat him out, and he was a rookie that was not very good at throwing the ball. He was not very accurate. He was just a mobile freak of nature in the backfield. And even with his body, man, that dude got tore up and got hurt. That's wild. What's wild? Oh, his fumbles? Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. I'm a stat guy. Like, I watch mad tape. I'm a huge stat guy. So, like, when you have numbers like that, bro, I don't care how good you are rolling around. If you're rolling around and making bad decisions, then it's not helping the team. And also, I don't really see us having to scramble that much, if you know what I'm saying. I mean, we got Colton Miller. We're going to have JPJ, Jackson Powers Johnson over there. We got Andre James. Then we got Parham. And then we got Mumford, bro. Come on. Like, dude, that offensive line is absolutely freaks of nature. All of them. They're just huge behemoths. They're great at run. They're not all great at pass blocking, but I think in this system with Philbon and Getsy, like, man, I think the sky's the limit for this offense, this offensive line. I think my man's just gonna run rampant in that backfield. Zeus, if they give that man 20 touches a game, he has 100 yards a game. If they give him 20 touches a game for 17 games, you do the math. 1,700 yard season. I'm not saying he's gonna have a 1,700 yard season. I'm just saying if they give him the ball more than 20 times a game, he's running rampant and he's going to put up 100 yards. Like he showed it every time he's touched the ball more than 20 yards, more than 20 times a game, he's had over 100 yards. So sorry if I ain't reading everybody's chats. We should be playing for the division, no doubt, right? Absolutely, absolutely. Aaron Rodgers coming to the Raiders. Man, if Aaron Rodgers comes to the Raiders, he comes to the Raiders. But the only way that's going to happen is I don't see it happening. I don't see it happening, man. I don't see a scenario where the Jets want to get rid of him unless he gets hurt again. And then why do we want him? Why do we want him anyways, man? The guy's 40 years old. He's at the end of his career. He's not Tom Brady. He's not going to play as long as Tom Brady, I don't believe. So why would you risk going to the Jets and playing for a man that you don't even know is going to make it through the first play, bro? He played 4 seconds last year. 4 seconds. 4, bro. The first play, he was done. Out, gone. Season wiped completely. Nothing. He ain't throwing nobody no balls. Y'all ain't winning no games. They had to go with Zach Wilson, who's not even there anymore. So to me, that's just red flags everywhere. I would not bring in Rodgers, no matter how good he was or is, because we don't even know if he's still what he is, bro. He didn't play football at all last year. Like, is he going to come out and be that guy? Is he going to be hobbling on that leg? I mean, look at what happened to Jimmy G. He come in hurt, didn't have no training camps, didn't have nothing. And same thing going on with Rodgers. He's not even really out there throwing. He's just standing still and throwing. So he's still not running. He's still got a long way to go, bro. I would not bring Aaron Rodgers to this team, not at his age, not at his cost. You got to think about it. If you bring Aaron Rodgers to this team, to the Las Vegas Raiders, who we getting rid of? Max? We getting rid of Tay? Because you can't afford Devontae Adams' salary, Aaron Rodgers' salary, and Max Crosby's salary, bro. It's just you can't. There's not enough salary cap, man. Like you have to get rid of half the team and have nothing but scrubs on your team. So I just don't see Aaron Rodgers coming. I think it's just all bullshit, man. It's just all bull. Is Devontae CD's Lamb's pops? Devontae's everybody's daddy, bro. Isn't he the oldest receiver in the NFL right now? And still leading like all of them. So, I mean, I'd say Devontae's everybody's daddy. I don't know if he kind of looks like CeeDee Lamb, but they should all call him daddy, in my opinion. Raiders Rebel, you did awesome today with the adversity and making it fun for this pod. Hey, man, I appreciate you, dude. That means a lot. It means absolute. You don't even know, because look, I'm still shaking, dude. I ain't gonna lie. I was nervous as hell. Oh damn! I think I just messaged that to Hugo. See what I'm talking about? But yeah, man. Like, I don't know where I left off at, but this Raiders team is absolute scary. He's a scrappy QB. Aiden O'Connell, man, he stands in the pocket. He delivers dimes. He has a great head on his shoulder. He doesn't get rattled. He can read defenses, and he knows the playbook and where his guys are supposed to be. He knows their route tree. He knows where they're running, and he puts the ball. He leads the wide receivers open plenty of times, man. I've seen him lead guys open. I watched that tape over and over and over again. Like I said, it's 28 minutes. I know if you're not Raiders fan, you probably don't care. But man, just go watch Aiden O'Connell's tape, bro. The guy is just absolutely insane. There's nothing he can't do except for run. And if you want to get technical, he actually runs a 40 time faster than Gardner Minshew, and he actually runs a 40 time faster than Tom Brady did. So you can't say that he can't do it. Like he did run in Purdue. Everybody goes back to the fact that he had 247 yards negative at Purdue. Okay, but he was also sacked like 60 something times. So take all those yards times the times he was sacked and then tell me how many yards he had, because he didn't run for negative yards every time. I've seen plenty of tape where he had 10, 15-yard pickups on first downs at Purdue. So you can't say the man can't run. He is probably watching film right now. Like I think he lives in the playbook, man. Like another like Woo Governor, like he already said he already knows the Raider system. I think he knew the Raider system before he came here. That man already predicted that's who he wanted to play for. Lost track of time. Nah, Wu said he was out on a practice field and he got caught up just, I guess, trying to get his workout in and forgot all about me. But hey, that's all good, man. Get in shape, bro, because you're gonna need it. You're gonna need it. Like Pat's coming on in a couple days. Man, again, I appreciate everybody for showing up and staying in here. I thought I was gonna be in here talking to myself, but if y'all just hang out for a minute, my man should be pulling up and we will get the interview going. He busts his ass every day. Man, hey, you ain't got to tell me. Before I had him on, that's why I've been trying to get a hold of the kid. I was like, man, this is one of my surprise dudes. Like I really think he has a chance to make this team. He played safety, he played free safety, he played high corner, low corner, left, right, in the box. Like the man is a hybrid, dude. He can be all over the field and he's a turnover machine. 2 touchdowns, for 2 interceptions for touchdowns in one game. He's one of only 8 players in the history of Northern Iowa to even have 2 interceptions in a game. So, yeah, the dude is absolute freaking nature. Yeah, I already know, bro. I did my homework. That man is a dog, and his character, man. I love the kid's character. He's got to have great parents, man. They did a great job. Like that dude, an all-around great guy, man, all around. Yep, 2 pick 6. Yep, that dude's an absolute beast, man. These things are hurting my ears. Y'all see that? See, I told you I'm a diehard Raiders fan. What? Even my headphones say Raiders, man. Even my headphones. He's a bad man. Oh, he absolutely is a bad man. And another thing I like is he said in another interview that Nate Hobbs, as soon as he got there, gravitated him and took him under his wing. And man, if you got Nate Hobbs, the quiet assassin, I want to call him the cerebral assassin, but I can't because I already nicknamed Aiden O'Connell the cerebral assassin. So I got to come up with a nickname for Nate Hobbs that's silent but deadly, because that man doesn't talk very much, but when he does, people listen. He's very soft spoken, but when he talks, even Max Crosby said, man, when Nate Hobbs talks, people listen. And for Nate Hobbs to gravitate to Woo Governor, put his arm around him and be like, come on, little nephew, so I'm gonna show you the ropes. That's big for Woo Governor, one, because it lets the coaching staff know, hey man, he believes in this kid and there's a reason why he's gravitating to this kid. He sees something that maybe we don't see. Oh, I'm a big Nate Hobbs fan. Like I was huge on him, just like I am right now. Woo Governor, I was doing the same thing before Nate Hobbs was drafted. Hey, the same thing. I didn't have YouTube then, but believe me, any chance I got to talk about Raiders or anybody's live I was in, I was blowing up Nate Hobbs. I was like, man, this dude is a freaking nature. Like he's just built like a brick shit house, muscle for days, hard hitting. He might not be the greatest in coverage, but man, he's gonna get his. Look what he did to Travis Kelce, bro. And both times we played him, just shut that dude down. Like, and nobody shuts down Travis Kelce. He also said Marcus Epps been showing him the ropes, and like he said, the rookies on this team, are very, very tight. He said they're always hanging out, they're bowling, they're doing crazy stuff, man. This is a tight knit group. And when you have a tight knit group and an organization and a brotherhood where everybody believes in everybody and they don't want to let each other down, they don't want to let the coaching staff down, they don't want to let the organization down, they don't want to let the fans down. That is huge, man. No people forget about how big it is for people to believe and to buy into a system, because there's plenty of people in the NFL that are plenty of teams in the NFL that have great teams, but not all the guys in the locker room are bought into the system. There's guys that aren't happy. Damn. Can y'all see me? Can y'all hear me? Somebody let me know if y'all can see me or hear me, if the chat is back on. We about to have some storms or something, so my internet just completely took up. Right on, right on. Good to go, good to go. So, Jerry Jones for a ham sandwich. Jerry Jones is a ham sandwich, bro. What you talking about? Right on, right on. Let's get in this chat. Who else pulled up that I didn't say give love to? I guess nobody. Same people. He is the man. Yes, sir. Love it, love it. Man, you live okay? A little bit, a little bit. What else we got in here? Nate Hobbs is a dog, man. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Hey, wait, I could do this. I forgot. What's good? Pull my man Billy D up. What else we got on here? Thoughts on Zamir White? I think Zamir White is like I said, just a mini Incredible Hulk, man. The kid's just an absolute freak of nature. He blew up just absolutely blew up. I don't know if I know after you work out, you get that pump. You get that blood flowing, the muscles working, and everything looks bigger. And after he took that picture, he was in the gym right there and just got done working out, pre-workout and all that, gets that blood flowing and pumps them muscles up. But even with that, man, like the guy is just a absolute phenom. Got muscles on top of muscles on top of muscles. He looks like an animal, right? He looks like a damn superhero or something I call him Big Papa Pump, dude. I don't know if y'all watch wrestling or how old y'all are, but back in the day, WCW and ECW used to have a wrestler called Big Papa Pump. Man, that's what he looks like. He just got muscle to muscle to muscle on top of muscle, and they just keep going and going and going. They don't ever end. But the one thing I'm worried about was Zamir White is, man, when you got to hold the football, you hold it at 3-point. So you got the ball in between your fingers and you're trying to tuck it in here. But man, when your arms are this big and you're trying to put it to your chest, you got no room. So where's he gonna put the ball, man? Like I don't understand where he's gonna hold the ball. That's kind of a big concern. And also, with his size, he don't have really big hands. He kind of fumbled a lot when his first couple of years, his first years with us, first 2 years when he got on the field. Yeah, small hands, man. Small hands don't help you when you're a running back, bro. So small hands and big ass arms, it's not a great combination. But if the man can hold on to the ball, I wouldn't want to tackle him. I mean, comment in the chat below, would you want to tackle Zamir White? Like, hey, I played safety and middle linebacker depending on what teams we were playing. If it was more of a run team, they put me in the middle. If more pass team, they put me a safety. But I wasn't scared. I wasn't afraid to hit nobody. But man, I'd have to hit that dude in his ankles because I ain't trying to tackle him up high. Ain't no way. Let's see what else we got. I was just thinking it, right? Like, man, the dude's arms are like 24 inches. He looked like Hulk Hogan got the 26-inch pythons from back in the day. But you would? No, I would. Hey, man, I ain't gonna let him run by me. Like, I'm not Marcus Peters, bro. I'm not letting my man go. If y'all ain't Raiders fans, like, I mean, you're football fans, you should know who Marcus Peters is. But man, I'm tackling the dude. I ain't just getting out of the way. Like, Olay, go ahead, go through. like Michael Pittman, right? But way faster, dude. Like the man's just a freak of nature with his legs, his speed, his quickness, his vision. I have to say, got way better. If you watch him, even in Georgia, like, man, he'd be hesitate to hit the holes, and you'd have your offensive lineman turning your guy this way, and he's going to the wrong shoulder side. Small things like that make a big difference when you're trying to run the ball in the NFL. And Zamir White's vision has got way better. Is why I think the Raiders were like, man, go ahead, Josh Jacobs. You can do what you got to do because we got a dude behind you that's just itching to get in and get his. And when he got a chance to get in, he got his, man. He got his, bro. 440 something yards in the last 4 games. It's just absolutely insane. Oh, we're gonna be explosive, man. We're gonna, like I said, on defense, who's gonna score on us, bro? Like when everybody wants to talk about our quarterbacks. What happened? Man, I hope it's the same link because it ended. Son of a bitch. Hold up, let me check some. Man, I hope he just pulls up. I hope it's the same link because the damn chat ended. But 56, you're 56. Yeah, I hear you, man. I'm 49. I'm up there too, bro. He's super fast. Yeah, he's super fast and he's huge, bro. They have him at 215, but you can't tell me when your legs are this big and your arms are this big and you're 6 foot tall, bro, you only weigh 215 pounds. Like, that's just like Tyree Wilson. They trying to say my man's still like 264, bro. There ain't no way that dude is 264. Tyree Wilson is gotta be pushing 280. Like, there's no way that dude is still what he came in when he was drafted. He's twice the size, bro. His arms are way bigger. If y'all just pulling up, Will Governor's late. He had some stuff to do, so he should be pulling up anytime. And I'm just trying to hold the fort down until then. Leo, what's good, my guy? Yeah, Mayor weighing 265. 6'4", 265 tight end, bro. Come on, man. I don't know if he was in here earlier, Leo, but I was talking about Michael Mayer. His first play ever when he got in the game was against the Chargers, like one of his first plays against the Chargers. That man drove Khalil Mack 5 yards backwards, like 10 yards sideways, flipped him up, rolled him over his head, poured some syrup on that pancake. Like, he just worked Khalil Mack. So, man, when you got a guy like that and he can just go up and high point balls, he runs great routes. He's going to just run people over when he gets the ball. The man is a freak of nature. 265 pounds for a tight end is just insane. And I was talking about it earlier. Aiden O'Connell has a lot more than people think. He don't just have five offensive linemen. We're running 12 personnel. He got 5 offensive linemen. You got 2 tight ends, and then you got another tight end and Zeus behind him because, man, that dude looks like a tight end to me, like the size of his arms and legs. Like, he's an absolute freak of nature. Like, so when you got 8 guys blocking for you, he's going to pick defenses apart, bro. It's going to be fun to watch this year. You met him in person. Is he absolutely as big as he looks like? Because the dude just looks like he's just a giant, bro. Like, the man's a giant. Yeah, bro. He just rolled Khalil Mack. So, like, when you're taking one of the best linebacker / defensive ends probably ever to play the game and putting that boy on his back and flipping him up over his head, like, that's just nasty, nasty work. Khalil Mack don't want none of that again. I guarantee you. So, like, man, what else was we talking about? What else y'all want to talk about? Leo, what do you think about Devontae Adams drama? Did you watch him on the Shannon Sharp show? Wait for this dude to pull up. So he said on the Shannon Sharp show that the AOC is cool as a cucumber in a pocket. The kid doesn't get rattled. He makes all the throws. He's just getting better and better, and he believes that dude's going to be the starter for a while, according to DA. So I think my man's not going nowhere. I think the quarterback battle was pretty much never really a battle. Like I said, like they told Garner when he came in that the job was Aiden O'Connell's to lose, and he was going to have to beat him out. And unless that man gets some super juice and gets super frisky when the pads come on in the next couple days and doesn't turn the ball over, he's got a long way to go to take this job from Aiden O'Connell. When your star number 1 receiver and one of the top 3 receivers in the NFL believes in that quarterback, it's going to be hard to change his mind. You know what I mean? Yeah. I mean, we were talking about that earlier. Like, I don't see him going to the Packers. Like, Aaron Rodgers is his boy, but he's made it perfectly clear maybe in another lifetime he doesn't want to go play with a dude that's 40 years old that played 4 seconds last year. Like, what if you get traded over there and the same thing happens and then you got no quarterback and then you're stuck in a trash situation? I don't think DA is going to take that risk. If Devontae Adams wanted out, like I've been screaming for the last couple weeks, if Devontae Adams really wanted out, he would have left at the end of the season and said, "Trade me. I don't want to be here. We don't have a quarterback. I'm not down with this. I'm trying to win a Super Bowl." But Devontae Adams believes in this team. He believes in the players around him, and he sees what we're doing here, and he believes in this team. He has confidence in what we're putting together, and he knows that his best chance of winning is probably right here in Las Vegas with that defense we got, stopping teams to 14, 15, hell, even 13 points a game this year. Like, I don't see the man wanting to go nowhere. He'd be absolutely crazy to try to go there. And like I said, it'd be stupid for the Raiders to bring in Aaron Rodgers and try to pay that. You can't afford Aaron Rodgers, Devontae Adams, and Max Crosby. What are you going to do with Kuntz and Hobbs and Spillane and all these dudes that are due for contracts? We're going to let them all go, like, and just rely on those 3 guys? It just don't make sense to me. So, yeah, no drama in my opinion at all. But let me see where my man is at. I hope that link works. What else we got to talk about? What do y'all think about Dylan Labe? Like, that man's just been shining. He's been on interviews with Graf. Then who else did he do an interview with? I think Raider D did an interview with, maybe somebody, I don't know. But the man's been on a couple shows. I love his attitude, his work ethic. He's just a hard-nosed, blue-collar kid. that wants to prove himself. And when you got people like that want to prove themselves in the NFL, veterans have to look over their shoulder constantly. And the main veteran is Amir Abdullah. Everybody keeps telling me, I know everybody in their chats and all the content creators say Amir's not going anywhere. He brings too much to this team. But if you really think about it, if we let him go, we only get $800,000 cap hit by letting him go. We have a bunch of guys that can take his spot on special teams. We already have plenty of running backs that could take his spot in the running back room. I mean, he was here for 2 years. He only completely, not counting running back, but special teams and running back, 468 yards, I believe, in 2 years. Like, come on, man. That's not going to cut it in the NFL as not even a third string back. So I just see Amir Abdullah being on the hot seat. I also see players like, Jenkins could be on the hot seat. He's getting up there in age. We have a bunch of young stud defensive linemen. If Tyree just keeps showing out like he does, maybe they just go with Tyree and Adam Butler up there and let Jenkins walk and keep one of these young kids to bring them along behind the greatest defensive lineman in the history of the NFL, Max Crosby and Christian Wilkins. Like, if you're learning behind those guys, the sky's the limit. I mean, just look what it did to Malcolm Kuntz's career playing with Max Crosby. That dude's bend is crazy. His technique gets better every day. So he will be a bad what? A bad what? Yeah, so I mean, that's pretty much like all that's going on. Y'all see the 65th anniversary shield logo, how it represents all three of our Super Bowls, 65 years in the NFL. I think it's a pretty cool logo, but there's some people talking about the Raiders changing it possibly to our original, or to their logo. Bro, there's no way they're ever getting rid of this logo. There's no way ever. Like, it's recognized worldwide, bro. Like, everywhere you go, people know what the shield is. They know it's the Raiders. Like, it's one of the biggest franchise logos, tags, whatever you want to call it, in the history of sports. So for them to change it would be absolutely stupid, kind of like trading Devontae Adams, because Devontae Adams is going to bring double team. He's going to get open no matter what. Like, nobody can cover him. He proved that still last year at his age that nobody, not even the top guys. I mean, come on, we played the Jets last year. They couldn't do nothing. We played the Broncos. They didn't do nothing. They got killer corner. Like, all these corners that are supposed to be top notch can't cover DA one-on-one. They have to double team them. And when you got 12 personnel and 2 tight ends out there, you can't really double DA. Like, you're going to have to send guys to try to get to the quarterback and get pressure. If you don't get pressure on the quarterback, then life is very, very, very rough. So that's my opinion on that. Oh, where'd they go? Word. All right, man. So how long has it been? Have I been talking for 30 minutes yet? Damn, I've been in this live an hour. It's not bad. Not bad for my first live. Holding the fort down till my man could show up. You think Wu gonna be ready for that challenge to take on Tay? I definitely think the man's ready for that challenge. Like, I can't wait. I wish I could be at training camp. So the training camp thing, I sat on the phone, man, for like 4 or 5, I don't know how many hours, bro, but I just kept looking at this phone. When I tried to get him, I was like 1,100 and 1,100 and some crazy ass number, right? So I sat there and waited and waited. Chef, salute my brother. What's good? Woo Governor's late to be pulling up, so y'all not missing nothing. But I waited and waited on the phone, and I fell asleep, man. So I thought that it was good because I woke up the next day and it said that I was number whatever, blah 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 blah. So I screenshotted it, but I ain't got no email or nothing about no tickets or anything like that. So I guess I don't have tickets when they're doing the live camp in Vegas. But man, I really wanted to see that because I would love to see Woo Governor going up against Tay or Jacoby Myers. Like that would be a great matchup. I think that kid's a freak of nature, and he's gonna absolute shine when the pads come on. Like everybody's been saying that nobody's talking about him. Who's Woo Governor? Who's Woo Governor? I even made a video. Who the F is that? But they gonna find out who Woo Governor is. I guarantee you, he's gonna let a lot of people know. And even by some crazy chance he don't make this roster, he's not staying on the practice squad. Like somebody's gonna scoop that kid up instantly. So he's impressing behind the scenes. Hey, like I said, man, when you got a player like Nate Hobbs that come and gravitate to you right away and take you under his wing, you know that just screams volumes for who Woo Governor is, for his character, for the type of man he is, and the type of player he is. Like there's a reason that a player like Nate Hobbs would pull him on. It'd be like, hey, come on, little brother, I got you. Show him the ropes, let him know what the NFL's like. Try to get him up to speed on the speed of the game, the ins and outs, the do's and don'ts, and and tell him what it's like being in Vegas because Hobbs has been there for a while. Look, like I said, I'm from Vegas, bro. I'm not from Vegas. I'm a Cali boy, but I lived in Vegas probably 28 years of my life. I was in the Union out there. I did every casino you can think of out there. I laid tile and marble and granite in every single casino out there in the Union for like 12 years. There's a lot of ways to get in trouble in Las Vegas, a lot of ways. And you don't have to go looking for the trouble. It'll find you. Like it's just there everywhere you go. So being a young man and coming into a city that never sleeps in Las Vegas, Sin City, is hard on its own. Like that's a big challenge in itself. So to have a veteran scoop you up and be like, hey man, like I got you is just huge for players like Woo Governor to bring them along. What else we got in here? He's impressing behind the scenes. Shout out my man Chef. Thanks for pulling up, my brother. I appreciate you. Y'all missed an engaged conversation with Hey, I appreciate that, my guy, man. I appreciate it. Like I said, this is my first time actually going live on StreamYard. I've been trying to figure it out for months. It seems like I've only been doing this for like 6 months. My first live was on my phone like a couple weeks ago. Right. That's why I love your podcast, because the fuck is Woo video was created was awesome, right? Hey, I appreciate that, man. But yeah, like I was saying, like, man, I came on the scene because we were about to make the playoffs and we were 2 games out from the Kansas City Chiefs. And there was all kinds of people, especially commentators, saying we don't have no shot to make the playoffs. We don't have a chance in hell. Like, there's no way we're going to make it. And I just got tired of hearing all the negativity, and I wanted to bring positivity to the nation, man, because I'm here. So I don't want to name names on content creators, but there's so many out there that claim to be Raider fans, but talk trash on this team constantly. They talk trash on the players. They talk trash on the coaches. They talk trash on the organization, but they claim to be Raider fans, man. Like I said, look, I'm a diehard, bro. Like, I'm going to be a critic when I need to be a critic. Like Antonio Brown and shit like that, bro. I'm gonna speak my mind when it needs to be spoken. But when these guys haven't done nothing yet and they come in like Aiden O'Connell and people are just constantly blatantly disrespecting the kid nonstop, man, it just kind of pissed me off. And I was like, look, I can get on YouTube and I can do this, bro. Like, I don't know nothing about computers. I taught myself in 3 weeks how to edit. That was all me, bro. Like, I got on the computer. I was like, I'm gonna do this, man. I'm gonna do this. I figured out OBS, and I thought I was rolling. And then I was in Florida for a while. I was living out there in Bradenton, and some stuff happened, and I had to dip, and I ended back in Arkansas, man. But when I got back here, like, I didn't have all the equipment I had there in the setup, so I had to relearn everything and figuring out shit in CapCut, you know. So, man, I'm just trying to come along and trying to grow this channel and get to 1,000 before the, man, I'd love to get to 1,000 before the season, but that's just a huge fantasy. I mean, I'm like 400 and something away. I think 450 to be exact right now, but man, that would be huge if I could do that, because I would love to just go live, have people come in and conversate during the games. Bradenton, oh shit, I'm an hour from there. Yeah, man, I was in Bradenton for about a year. I also lived up in, shit, I can't answer this right now, bro. I also lived up in Brooksville, a little bit north of there. I lived there for about a year and a half, and yeah, man, Florida's a nice place, dude. I'm a Cali boy, so I love the ocean. Sarasota is absolutely beautiful, man. It's a beautiful place. The traffic is just absolutely horrible. Like, if you go there, rent a helicopter, because I'm just saying, like, don't drive around, bro. Don't drive around anywhere, because you're gonna be in traffic for days, man. I thought LA was bad coming from LA, bro. Whew, the traffic is insane there. Chef, it doesn't matter to him what side he converts. Wu looks like a honey badger out there on the field, and compared himself to that player. Yeah. He's also big on I'll let him tell it when he gets here. I don't want to blow everything up, but yeah, that man, Wu Governor is fire, bro. I told him this how I got Wu on. I seen on one of his messages, and I hit him up. I was like, hey man, welcome to the Raider Nation. I think you're an outstanding player, bro. And Antonio Pierce, preaches he needs versatility, bro. Versatility. Like, I really think you have a chance of making this roster. I love your swag, and I really think we can use your hard hitting and turnover ability on the Las Vegas Raiders. And I told him straight out, like, you remind me of Ronnie Lott, bro. Like, some people might say I'm crazy and be like, whoa, bro, that's a crazy comp right there. But bro, Ronnie Lott murdered people when they had the ball, and he was just trying to destroy people every time he could. And that's what I see in Wu Governor. Like, if you got the ball, my man's coming. He's not coming just to hit you. He's coming to knock that ball out. Like, he's coming to break it free. He's trying to get a turnover every single time he plays. Like the man said, he set goals for himself, 10 interceptions. And he said, I'll let him talk about that. I'm waiting in the room. What the fuck happened? Hold up. Man, I'll be right back, y'all. I don't know what's going on. All right, hold up. Let me try this. Hold up. Shit, give me a minute. Shit. Hold on, man. Something happened. I'm going to have to send you another link. Give me 1 second, please. Damn, hold up, y'all. Hold up. What the hell happened? This I was not prepared for. Son of a bitch. All right, let me see if I can figure this out. Damn it. Bear with me. Join StreamYard. This is the link. Copy link. All right, this might be easier than I thought. Shit. All right, let's see if they get my boy Woo up in here so we can talk Raider football. All right, he's trying to pull up right now. AP says it doesn't matter where you're drafted, if you're drafted, or how much you're getting paid. Hey, that's absolutely right. AP preached over and over again. He don't care how much you get paid. He don't care where you're drafted. He cares the people that know the playbook, that know the system, are the people that are going to be out there. It doesn't matter where you're from. Here, my man Woo right here. Hold on, let me get this up. Let me get this up. Woohoo!
How you
What's
doing, sir?
going on, man? Hey, good to have you. Good to have you. I've been holding down the fort for an hour, so we're good. Good. Glad you pulled up, man. Glad you pulled up.
Man, my apologies. I had to
Hey,
get that
hey,
work in.
hey. Get ready for camp, bro. You're gonna need it. You got big
Yes, sir.
career life opportunity coming up, so you got to be in shape. Got to be in shape, my guy.
Yes, sir.
So how's everything going? How's the new family coming? How's everything going with that?
Man, it's all a blessing. Just taking it all in, recharging myself mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually before I go and get to it.
Yeah, spiritually is huge, man. You're definitely gonna need that. So, man, I know it's gonna being a father. It's gonna be awful hard, pulling away and going to camp. Talk about that. Like, what's that gonna be like? You think?
Uh, You know what? I don't know. It's going to be my first time experiencing it, but I do know it's for the greater good. I have an opportunity of a lifetime here, not only to live my dream, but now provide for my child, my son, man. So, it's I think it's definitely fueled my fire a little bit more. And I also already felt like I was a super motivated individual with a high motor and very goal oriented, very hard on myself because I expect nothing but the best for myself day in, day out, play in, play out, rep in, rep out. So I'm looking forward to it, man.
Right on, right on. Yeah, man. It's gonna be rough. I worked in a union, coming up in Vegas for a long time, so it was hard when we had to go out of town, having kids and leave. So, but man, when you got the opportunity like you got, it just gives you, as fuel to that fire, right? Just say,
Absolutely.
yeah, you got nothing to lose now, bro. It's all out. So, right. So, man, let's get to it. I know I don't want to keep you too long, but so favorite team you like to play for? This was in another chat you did. And you said a personal and selfish reason, the Las Vegas Raiders. You also said the scheme, the potential of how the scheme's supposed to be ran. Can you elaborate on that a little bit more for the nation?
Yeah, man. So I knew going into the draft process that I personally felt I would thrive at the nickel position. It's what I was originally recruited as coming out of high school, to a lot of different universities. When I got to UNI, we had I had the opportunity to play multiple different positions, but my senior year called for like we really needed a solid corner, and that's where I'm always a team first guy. Whatever we need to do to win, because that's the quote, just win, baby. That's really
Just
all it is.
win, baby. Just win.
That's the only stat that matters. So I played corner, played it very well. I've played corner majority of my life. Um, but yeah, so getting back to that, the Raider scheme, man, I was very familiar with it because it was very similar to the schemes I ran in college. So now we're here, and I feel like it's played in my favor, like perfectly almost.
Right? Everything happens for a reason. God is good all the time, man. He puts you where you need
Absolutely,
to be.
amen.
You just got to make the best of it, my brother. So I think you'll do that, man. I definitely believe in you. Like that's why I hit you up. I said you remind me of that Ronnie Lott. You trying to get that ball out every time you can, So
Absolutely.
I wish the best. I hope the best, man. I really think you got a great chance of making this roster. So What do you bring to this historical franchise? And what do you want Raider Nation, your coaches, and your brothers in the locker room to know about Woo Governor and what they're going to get from you?
What I feel like I bring is consistency. You know, day in, day out, he was smiling on my face. I love the game first and foremost. Like, I'm just blessed to be here, and that's the vibe I give off. I'm happy to do whatever. Uh, I'm the first, try to be the first one in every day, last one to leave, first one to the practice field, last one off of it.
Come on, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Empty my tank, and and bigger than the player I am.
Oh, come on. I think we're losing him. I hope it's not my internet. Damn. Well, man. Anyways, so there's Blue Governor. Oh, here he's back. He's back. I think he just lost up.
My apologies. Are you
Hey,
with me?
yeah. I got you. I got you.
Yes, sir. I was just saying that basically I'm bringing nothing but consistency. I love the game first and foremost, so I'm going to empty my motor, empty my tank every opportunity I have. I take pride in being the first one in the locker room, in the facility in the morning, the last one off the practice field, the last one out of the building. And even more so than the player I am, I feel I'm an even better person. I'm a great teammate. And like I said, man, I'm one of those guys who would much rather win Super Bowls than be in the Hall of Fame. And that's just me. I know what it takes and I know what it means to reach an ultimate team goal in the ultimate team sport. Like to get 69 guys and 53 active guys, grown men who are paid, who have their own families to mesh together for 7 to 8 months and accomplish the biggest game in sports history is almost rare. It's very hard to do. So that's kind of what I bring to the table. It's what I'm looking to be able to contribute, and kind of what I feel I can be counted on for is consistency.
Nice. Yeah, we definitely need that. So, you say you like to be the first in the building and the last to leave. Like I know y'all. You said in another video too, like the competition, like everything's who can get to the water fountain first, who could drink the most water. Who can get on the field faster. Like everything's a battle. So, what's that like trying to be the first one in the building when you got players like Max Crosby and Aiden and Christian Wilkins that are they beating on the door first thing in the morning. What's that like trying to be the first one in the building? How's that went for you?
Man, it's a constant. It's like you just said it best. It's constant competition. So every day there is no set time you wake up. Some days you might have to get up at 4:15 because the next guys are on your heels. And that's the great thing about the Raider culture is, yes, everybody knows guy like Max's work ethic, Christian's work ethic, Devontae Adams' work ethic, Aiden O'Connell's work ethic, but there are a bunch of young guys just like myself who are also trying to make a name, who are also trying to make this roster, who are also taking advantage of this once in a lifetime opportunity they've been granted, and no one's taking it for granted. So yeah, there's no complacency.
Right. I mean, if y'all keep that up, pretty soon y'all ain't even gonna be sleeping. You'll just be in the building like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. You're gonna find yourselves waking up earlier and earlier, trying to. You can only take competition so far, my brother. So
Absolutely.
but that's great to hear. That hey, competition. When you got competition in your own house, it's just better for all around for everybody when you get on the field. So, um, I guess the uh next question: Who is the funniest? Who is the funniest player in the locker room, and who is the funniest coach in the locker room?
Oh man, funniest player is a toss up, man. I feel like everyone's a comedian. You got Rayshad Williams, who's hilarious. JPJ is hilarious. Um, Oh man, a bunch of people are hilarious. Nate Hobbs is a funny guy. Cornell Armstrong's a funny guy. MJ Devonshire is super funny. I'm not gonna lie, it
So
just
you got a
depends.
bunch of clowns in there. Yeah, that's
Man,
nice. Yeah,
everybody
so it's
knows how to
not.
keep it laughing. But coach wise, hands down, Rob Ryan. Rob Ryan is hilarious. He's hilarious.
Yeah, that man is great, man. And just the knowledge you could get from talking to him, just speaks volumes. Everything he has to say is like a walk-in football encyclopedia, you know. So
Absolutely.
yeah, man, yeah, I've been speaking on that too. Like the coaches that AP's put around him, because he knows that he's not. It's his first time, and he doesn't know everything. But he's brought in guys that do, you know. So like this team is just gonna be nasty, nasty work. Like defense, offense. I think like I've already predicted 13-4. People think I'm crazy. They're like, bro, you reaching, but who's gonna beat them, man? Like this defense is nasty. We're giving up 14, 14, 15 points, even 16 a game with AOC in there. Like on the offense and the weapons we have, bro, I just don't see anybody stopping 12 personnel, especially that wide zone scheme. Speak on that a little bit, like being on a defense, like what's that wide zone scheme like? What's it like playing against 12 personnel and running the wide zone?
Well, 12 personnel in the game of football is almost a bread and butter. And then when you have the personnel groupings that we have, the people, that's probably one of the biggest things that was harped on when I was first introduced to the NFL. That our coaches absolutely live by is that the NFL is about the people. It's about the players. So um, it's it has the potential to be very very scary, man. We have tremendous coaches, tremendous schemes, and like I said, even better players. So it's it's definitely cut out. It's we go we go as we go.
Yeah, yeah. I was telling somebody in a live last night. As a matter of fact, I was saying just the defense alone, like the years of experience, is close to like 100 years of experience just on the defense. Like that's just absolutely outrageous to have that much experience, and they're not even all old guys. They're, you got Ricky Manning Jr., like guys like that, Caldwell, like these guys aren't old men, but the years of experience they have is just huge for this team and the young guys we got coming in.
Yes, sir.
So like so what's the biggest piece of advice you gotten from somebody in the organization, whether it be coaches, players, and if you don't mind sharing, what is that advice?
Okay. Nate Hobbs gave me some great advice. There was one day at practice when I think I made my first play, and he was telling me to let loose a little bit, like have fun with it because you have to realize you just made. He was like, bro, you have to realize you just made a play in the National Football League. Like you're no longer in college. You're not doing this. It's not high school. Like have fun with it. Then piggybacking off that, Coach PG, our defensive coordinator, his biggest thing is, man, fellas, play with personality. You know. And then one time, me and Nate Hobbs actually went to grab some food, and I seen Chase Young, and I kind of was like, bro, don't get mad at me, but that's Chase Young. And he looked at me and he was like, and you're Woo Governor, and that it,
There you
it,
go.
it wasn't crazy, but that was powerful. So,
That's very powerful
yeah,
right there. Like, man, like Chase Young, he's like, but you're Will Governor. Like,
yeah,
you're gonna have to face that dude one day. Like,
right,
don't get caught up in the emotions. Just lay the wood, lay the wood.
right.
Right on, right on. That's great, man. That's good to hear. Like, I know Raider Nation is probably going wild. The ones that are in here loving everything you're saying right now about this team, because it's been a long time coming, man. In 20 some years, we have 6 winning seasons. So, like we started to get there to the end of last year. It started to come all along, and I think it's just going to continue to keep rolling.
Absolutely.
With AP and the master motivator, and Marvin Lewis. When you got guys like that, and like you said, Rob Ryan, like, man, these guys have been around for a long time, and they're going to help AP and Getsy, in every aspect of this game.
Absolutely.
So, so who is the most vocal player on the field, not named Christian Wilkins or Max Crosby?
Oh man, that's the beautiful thing about it. Everyone communicates. Uh,
Nice.
Robert Spillane, Divine, Timo, Trayvon Merrick, Marcus Epps. I'm not gonna lie, it's constant communication. Chris Smith's a big guy. Jaden Grant's a vocal guy. Um, yeah, there's pretty much no. It doesn't matter who's on that field. That's one thing we live and die by is communication.
Communication.
Dude, yeah, we take pride in communicating. So I'm not gonna lie. Anybody who steps foot on that field is communicating their butt off.
Right on. So, let's get a couple chats in, a couple questions in from the chat. So Tony Chef wants to know what number you're rocking. Are you rocking with that 44 or are you trying to get that 32?
You know, I I'm blessed to be wearing 44 right now. Um, we'll see what happens. My main focus and my main objective is just making this roster right now. But I'm starting to really like 44. But it's nothing like that good old 32. So we'll see what happens. My main focus and main objective right now is making that 53.
Yeah, because you am 32. You're gonna have to change that.
Right.
You have to change that to 44. What else we got? Oh, here's your boy right here, man. Raiders Rebel. Ask Woo. Has ET Talbert 56 influenced you during your summer?
Man, shout out to Eric Talbot, man. He's a great, genuine guy, man, and he's a constant motivator. He lives in my ear, and he's constantly. I know. Whenever, if there ever is a day where I need a little bit more of a push, he has me, man. Him and my father go way back. So he's a great motivator. He's a genuine soul, a great spirit, man. He's a great person.
Man, that's great to hear. Yeah, I've been chatting it up with yeah, I don't know if you've seen the video, but I made a video on you, and he came in and started saying, hey, you're gonna be super impressed with Woo. Like the kid, he's grinding constantly. He plays all positions. We'll get to that in a little bit, but yeah, I was chatting it up for a long time with him, back and forth, and he's like, man, the kid's a blessing. He's a blessing for our family. Like, so yeah, he speaks very, very, very highly of you.
That's love, ET.
And so speak on that, man. Like so they got you at 5'10" on some things and 6 foot on the other. Which one is it?
Man, I'm not sure, and it doesn't even matter when we put them pads on. I'm a football player, but
That's what I want to hear.
I'm a, I'm gonna go with whatever they want me to be. As long as I got that Raiders logo on, you can call me 5'3". You can call me.
I love it. I love the swag, man. I love the swag, definitely. So what's PG like? Coach Graham on the practice field, is he always smiling like he does in the interviews, or is he a hard ass out there?
Nah, Coach PG is always going to be himself. Coach PG has that swag to him. I told you he loves to harp on being yourself, personality, personality, personality. Coach PG is truly himself. Whatever you see is what you get. So as you see him in the interviews, is the same way he is. If he's leaving the building, that's the same way he is. If he's eating lunch, it's the same way he is at practice. Coach PG knows how to get the best out of his players.
Yeah, he definitely does. And he reminds me of that, like that evil genius look. They always talking about him being in the lab, cooking up stuff in the lab, and he just constantly smiling, like he got that evil, like he knows something that y'all don't know when he's talking to you. He's like,
Coach
yeah,
P, Coach PG is special with it.
oh yeah, man, he's definitely one of the top defensive minds in this league for sure, without a shadow of a doubt. So you mentioned Nate Hobbs, no, kind of gravitating to you, kind of taking you under his wing. Talk a little bit about that, and like, what does it mean for you as a young player, for a veteran, just to willing, to show you love and kind of show you the ins and outs and the do's and don'ts. Like,
Yeah. It's something I don't take for granted, and I value our relationship wholeheartedly. Just because this game, man, is all about respects at the end of the day. You earn your way. Nothing is given and everything is earned. So for me to come in, I probably didn't even say my first words. Besides for when we were told to introduce ourselves, I didn't speak unless I was spoken to. Just understand what taking pride and have respect for everything that came before me and everyone that lies ahead of me. So I definitely don't take that relationship for granted, and he's been nothing but a blessing for real. He's been able to coach me up, taught me through some life stuff, and just be in my corner. Him, Marcus Epps, Max Crosby, and that's why I think it means so much to me. Just because I know it was earned, and I know.
and how's that? Like, I know you're a motor guy and you're all about that go, 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 go. Like, what's the competition like with with the DB room? And I know you said like you guys are all tight, hanging out together, bowling, doing all that stuff together. Like, what's the competition like with that? And like, has everybody got that motor, or is it
Yeah, everyone. That's what we just define as
nasty, nasty?
being a Raider. There's no one in our position group. There is no weakest link. There is no fall off. Like, you're a Raider or you're not, and everybody in there bleeds black. Everybody in there is a competitor. Everybody in there loves their odds against anything and anyone. We think and we feel and we move like we're machines.
Definitely 100%. I hear that. Like that Max Crosby's motor is just ridiculous. I see you out there on the field. Your motor's ridiculous. I mean, 2 interceptions in one game, what, 5 forced fumbles as a corner. Like you play talk about that. Where do they have you so far? Like, are you playing left? Are you playing right? Do they got you in the slot? Are you playing safety? Like, are you think you'll be playing more corner?
Uh, Right now, I've played. We play both sides. We do. Our coaches are huge on if you're a corner, you're a corner. There is no left and right. So we'll play left. We'll play right. Yes,
Nice.
I also play in the slot. I haven't had any safety reps yet. I would love to, but absolutely, yeah. We versatility. The more you can do, the more value you bring to the table. Only is going to increase your worth. So I've been blessed with the opportunity to move around and play a few different positions and do this, that, and the third. So just trying to capitalize on every opportunity I'm given and set out and make this 53-man roster.
Definitely, definitely, man. I think you definitely deserved it. I know you work really hard. And matter of fact, you was late today working, putting in that work, trying to get that grind in. I know camp's coming up very, very soon. How much are you looking forward to camping? What's it like just being away for 2 weeks? Having that break time when you're just getting into the league. Just getting mini camps, getting that blood flowing, and you got to take a couple weeks off and then get back into it. What's that like?
Um, I feel like it wasn't a break for me. It was time away from the facility, but there was no break. There was no vacation. There was no kickback, relax. For me, it was okay. What do I need to work on? Where do I want to improve at? What do I want to? What good things do I want to make great? How do I polish my game? What more can I put into my body? For me, it was all about capitalizing. It was all about growing, and it was all about separating myself. But it's been a blessing just to have the opportunity to be a pro.
Facts, facts. I hear that. I hear that. So, as a corner or DB, wherever they're going to put you, what does it do for a corner or a DB to have a defensive line like the Raiders caliber on the roster? And does it allow you to play more free?
Absolutely. There is no such thing as coverage without a pass rush. And
Absolutely.
we-
100.
we're beyond fortunate. Jack Jones had a quote a few weeks ago, like, we have an A+ D line. Like, we have nothing but hungry wolves up front. Like, those guys, they're going to get there. That time is ticking with them. So it means everything to a secondary to have a D line like that. And our defense is nothing without that D line. We have a bunch of amazing players, a bunch of tremendous athletes, a bunch of guys who play above the neck football, but we're nothing in that back end. That back seven is nothing without our D line.
Facts, facts. So, have they been putting you on special teams? Have you been getting the chance to run any kickbacks or punt returns back?
No, I'm not returning yet, but definitely been active on special teams. My day, I feel like my day will come.
They
But right
got you. They
now,
got you gunning or jammer or
yep. So far we all rotate. Everybody's really pretty much doing everything. During OTAs, that's how it was. There was really no depth chart, no setup like that in OTAs. It was just more so getting to know the coaches, getting to know the players and the personnel, and seeing who's good at what, who does what, who fits what mode. Um, but yeah, I take pride in just being a football player. To be honest, I can do whatever coach needs me to do.
yeah, AP definitely preaches that versatility and yeah, and he's said over and over again, it doesn't matter where you're drafted, how much money you make, who you are, what your name is on the back of the jersey. It all comes down to who knows that playbook. And I know you're really, really big in the playbook. You already said, you like the scheme. What's it like in the playbook? How much of the playbook are you there yet? Do you have it? Are you dialed in on it? Are you still kind of trying to pick up the terminology?
Well, no, there's always room to grow, but I'm very confident within our playbook. I'm grasping the terminology very well. I'm executing and doing my job, just doing my 111 consistent. So look forward to stacking on top of that. Look forward to holding my weight, to where if when my opportunities come, there's no fall off between a guy like Nate or if I'm at corner, a guy like Jack Jones. So
I can definitely see that. I've been preaching that all year. Like when people are subbing out, the fall off is with the roster that we have. The fall off is not very much. Like a lot of teams, there's a big drop between quarterback and the backup quarterback, or tight end and the backup tight end. But there seems to be no drop with this team. Like everybody's up there. High caliber, big motors, explosive. Just a bunch of beasts out there. Really, like.
absolutely. Because everyone in our locker room is truly a Raider. Everyone in our locker room is selfless. Everyone in our locker room just wants to win.
Hey, just win, baby. That's the motto. That's why they're there. It's great to hear, especially that everybody's selfless, because sometimes when you get up there and you get a big head and you get that money, you kind of get a little selfish instead of selfless. So to have that many players in the locker room, just biting into the system, it just speaks volumes for what this team can become and what we're about to become for real. Um, So for people who don't really understand, has never been in the locker room, or the critics out there, kind of touch on how much Max Crosby and Christian Wilkins, just their energy lifts everybody else and makes everybody else try that much harder or motivate that much more.
I mean, yeah, anytime you have, and Tay as well, Tay's in that conversation of those guys, but anytime your highest paid guys are natural leaders. Anytime the faces of your franchise are your hardest workers, the standard is always going to be the standard. So there's no excuse, no any of that. Like if these guys can do it, there's no reason why everybody should do it. You get what I'm saying? Because
Right.
I heard a quote one time that it's hard to be hungry when your belly's half full, right? And so for these guys to have these massive contracts that they earned every penny worth, they earned it, and
Oh
still
yeah.
have this motor, still have this work ethic. Yeah, there's no excuse for not every soul that puts on our logo to bust their butt.
See, that's what I keep telling everybody. They got us. The critics got us at 6 wins over here, and our defense ranked this, and our offense, our quarterbacks ranked at the bottom of the barrel. But they don't understand the camaraderie and the brotherhood, and when people buy into a system and believe in each other and don't want to let each other down and don't want to let themselves down. How much that forms just a tight knit group that's just an unbreakable bond, right?
Absolutely.
Nice. So I'll get a couple more questions and then I'll let you get out of here. I know you're probably all sweaty working out and trying to get home to that baby. So your boy wants to know, ask Wu what his favorite food is.
uh, it depends on the day, but I'm a big pasta guy. I love pasta. I've been eating a lot of salmon as of late, but fruit. I love fruit. I can eat fruit every day, all day.
Nice, nice. Yeah, fruit, man. Keeps you nice and cool, keeps you healthy. You can't go wrong with that. And it got that natural sugar in it that the body needs. You don't have to eat a bunch of junk food.
Right.
Yeah, that's nice. That's nice. So talk about your workout. Like what's your routine?
In the off season or while
Uh,
I'm at work when.
like in the season, like do you have a certain routine? I know you're just trying to get into that,
Yeah.
coming into the NFL, but
Right. So I typically get into the facility. When I get into the facility, I get into the cold tub first. Get into the cold tub, go contrast, go hot tub. From hot tub to sauna or steam room, and then I repeat that. After I do that, dry off, change my clothes, go to the weight room, do like a dynamic warm up, foam roll, just get my central nervous
nice.
system activated. Get a good stretch in, break a quick sweat to mentally like wake everything up, get ready for the day. After that, I'll go eat breakfast. After breakfast, I'll watch film and get into the big puffy pants, just to get some more blood flow. And then after that, that pretty much about 2.5 hours. It times up leading into our 7 a.m. team meeting, and then from there we go for the day.
Nice, nice. That's pretty good routine. So, what are the hours they've been keeping you? They've been keeping. Cause I know a lot of players complained about Josh McDaniels or Dick Daniels, as I call him, when he was, when he was a coach, about staying 16, 17, 18 hours. Like, is AP pretty lenient on that? He don't keep you guys long, or have you insane amount of hours in there? Or?
Um, yes, I'm unfamiliar with Coach McDaniel's because I wasn't there. I wasn't a part of the Raiders when he was the coach. But I know the rookies were on a different schedule than the vets. You know, the vets probably get out of the building about 12:30, 1 o'clock ish. Um, After practice and after they lift, they're free. Rookies, we would have to stay or have the opportunity to stay rather until about 5 to 6 p.m. based off meetings. You know, we got to learn about credit, and all that good stuff, finances, and how to manage money and pay stuff, and things to watch out for, and how to say no, and all those good things. So we would have additional meetings in the evenings and stuff. So the days weren't too bad. And to be honest, I don't think anyone in our organization looks at it like, dang, we have to stay here. Like, we get the opportunity to be here. It doesn't matter if they told us to be here at 3 a.m. and we can't leave until 2 a.m. Like, we're here. We get to be where we always dreamed of being. So everyone in our organization is eager to get there. There's not one person who walks around and isn't smiling all day, you know?
Oh yeah, like when you got the potential that this team has, you can't help but smile, and especially when you got a facility like that. Talk a little bit about the facility.
Man, the facility state of the art. Like, we had the opportunity for the rookies to have a family weekend and bring our family up there. And when we got to walk through the facility and then go see Allegiant Stadium, my dad would tell me, because I went to Central Michigan, which was a good school. It was D1, but it wasn't Alabama. And then I went to Northern Iowa. So when we walked in, my dad was like, "Yes, son, like, it's a little bit bigger and nicer than you and I." Like, it's definitely state of the art, man. It's crazy. It took me like a week and a half just to stop. I felt like the little kid in the grocery store. You know, I used to touch everything,
Just
and
looking around and like
yeah,
all,
yeah.
all
It
the
took me
all the legends on the wall. Yeah,
absolutely,
I'd be in awe. I'd be in awe.
definitely. I was like, it wasn't until about my second week I was like, all right, I work here. Like, I, I was just like kid in the candy store, big
Right.
eyes, like so
So
amazed.
so has it hit you yet that you're a Raider and got a chance to be a Raider, or like is it still you still just working, focus on that goal and making a team, or?
Yeah, that's the main focus, man.
Good,
I've
good.
never been big on. My dad has a saying: "We've never been big on putting the cart before the horse." You know, wake up every day trying to earn my meal. Wake up and run to win. You know.
Nice, nice. Allison Pitts wants to know, do you drink coconut water?
Um, I do occasionally. Mainly, I consume coconut water like in my smoothies and stuff. But from time to time, I'll just drink it by itself.
Nice, nice. What's the food like? I know they got like everything planned out for you. Like I
Yeah.
know I lived in Vegas for 28 years. I know the food, just the restaurants out there are insane. Like you can get anything you want anytime. But what is it like there in a cafeteria?
Man, the chefs hold it down. They do a phenomenal job. The food is amazing. Like, some of the best food I've ever eaten. Every day, they don't miss breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
So,
Everything's amazing.
right. For the people that don't know, right? You from Plant City, Florida.
Yep.
Was that little? It's a in between Tampa and isn't that like Tampa and Bradenton, or is it up a little higher?
Uh, Tampa, Lakeland, Central Florida
Lakeland.
area, right? But yes, sir. I went to
Okay.
school. I grew up in Tampa, and my family lived in Plant City. So I was like in Tampa for school during the week, Plant City on the weekends. Then I got a little older, and when it came high school age, was able to go to Durant. You know, my family had a history at Durant High School, so that's in Plant City. But
Yeah, I
yes,
was.
sir.
I just came. I just moved back to Arkansas. Like I'm originally from Cali, lived in Vegas for like 28 years. I'm 49, so I've been around for a while. But I spent the last 3 years out there in Florida. I lived in Brooksville for about a
Oh, okay.
year and a half, and then I was in Bradenton for the last year and a half until I left. So yeah, I've done a lot of work around Florida. The traffic is just insane. Speak on the difference, first the difference between going from like a place like Florida to, didn't you say you went to Central Michigan first
Yep.
and then to Northern Iowa?
Yep.
What's that like, the culture shock just from Florida to Michigan to Iowa?
Well, what attracted me. It was cool. It was different. A lot of people were confused on why I was choosing to do it, but for me, I lived in big city bright lights, but I always felt at home in the country with dirt bikes and four wheelers and all that good stuff. So that's what Mount Pleasant, Michigan. That's the vibe I got from Central Michigan. It was small town, homey feel. So I went there. And then when I transferred to Iowa, it was very similar. Cedar Falls, Iowa was very, very similar to Mount Pleasant. A lot of fields, a lot of great, nice people. And for me, I was able to just have no choice but to focus. There wasn't very many room for distractions. And then to go to Vegas, it was like it's a blessing. Vegas is cool. It can get a bit overwhelming because it's always stuff going on and there's a bunch of lights and stuff, but it's pretty to look at. And I'm just glad that I'm the type of person who has a lot of self discipline. So it's not, I don't too much get distracted. I'm not saying I don't get distracted, but
Yeah,
I
everybody gets
kind of,
distracted.
right, I'm kind of focused on what I'm here for work, So.
Yeah, you seem like a very down to earth young man. Like I told you when I messaged you, man. I love your swagger. Like, you got to have amazing parents, man. They raised a great kid. Your character is just absolutely fire, bro. Like, shout out to them.
Shout out to my mom and my dad.
Yeah, shout out to your mom and your dad, bro. Like, they raised a great kid, man. Your character is just amazing. You're well versed in football and life, obviously. I got two more, and then we'll let you get out here. I know you're trying to get out. So I know you're a Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan. That's your team. That's your family's team. Um, we play the Bucks this year. Not if, but when you make this roster, what's it going to be like for you to get a chance or to get a sack on Baker Mayfield in Tampa in front of your people?
Man, that would be amazing when I pick Baker off if I had the opportunity to. So whenever that happens, but that would be that would be amazing, man. I've played in Raymond James for a Little League championship when I was a little kid. Then my last high school game, I played in the All-Star game in Raymond James. So to visit back at the pinnacle would be unreal. But knowing me, the type I can say that because it's so far ahead. But it probably would be just another game until afterwards. Until afterwards, I'll probably have a minute to take it in and accept it all. But right now, my main focus is just making that 53. Being able to contribute to this team any way I can.
Oh, somebody else, somebody else wanted to ask, if you don't mind, like, how big was your boy?
My son,
Yeah.
7 pounds 13 ounces.
Whew. Yeah, that's on. Both of my kids were like 7'12", so that's like
Ah,
right up there. So,
yes, sir.
man, I appreciate you coming on, and I know it's been going back and forth, and you had some complications, but man, I appreciate you spending your hard earned time, and I know you're very very busy, and you got a lot going on before you get out of town. But if you want to give shout out, let anybody know, like any organizations or foundations or anything you want to shout out, or let them know where to find you, where they follow you at.
Yeah, absolutely, man. First and foremost, thank you for your time. Thank you for bearing with me. I know I wasn't the easiest person to contact. Um, But yes, once again, man, shout out to my family. Shout out to the wonderful Raiders organization. Shout out to the University of Northern Iowa guys, man. Shout out to all the kids with the dream. Maybe you didn't go to the biggest school. Maybe you aren't 6'3". I'm not 6'3". I didn't run 4'2", and yet I'm having the opportunity to live my dream. So keep God first and see the vision. You got to believe it to be it. You got to see it before everybody else sees it. Somebody's always not going to believe in you. Just don't let that person be you.
Right. As long as you believe in yourself, man, the sky's the limit.
Yes, sir.
The final and last question is, what's it like, the transition from Florida, which a lot of people don't see, like Florida's, it's city, but in them small towns like where you're from, it's kind of that country life too. So
Right.
what's it like coming from Florida to going to the city that never sleeps in Sin City?
Man, to be honest, I kind of don't know too much besides the weather aspect of it, because I live, breathe, and die football.
Sweet.
You know, I've just been taking advantage of this opportunity I have. So I haven't really been out to explore or see it, but from the outside looking in, it's a lot more lights and stuff like that. It seems like it's always stuff going on. But the biggest difference to me is just the heat. They have dry heat. Here in Florida we have the humid heat, so it's kind of like thick and makes you sweat, makes you kind of like exhaust you as soon as you walk outside. Vegas, I still can wear a hoodie when it's 95 degrees and stuff and be cool.
Man, that heat is nasty. It's like walking into a damn blow dryer at 200 degrees when you walk outside. Like, and yeah, I know you got a strong head on your shoulders, but man, Vegas is a place like everywhere you turn, like trouble just finds you. So it's good that we're drafting young guys with head on their shoulders, that are smart, intelligent guys, and can stay out of trouble. Because man, Vegas is a rough place to try to focus on one thing when you got so many things going around constantly, like you said. And so it's good that you're inside, getting in that playbook. And man, I wish you the best of the luck. And I can't wait to see you on the field and hear them woo every time you make a play, my brother. So hey, I appreciate you coming on.
Absolutely, man. I appreciate your time. God bless.
Hey, God bless you too, man. Good
Yes,
luck.
sir. Yes, sir.
All right, Joel. So damn, I've been on here almost 2 hours. We held it down. We got to interview. Whoa, Governor. Sorry if I didn't get your questions in. I was just trying to pay attention. I was kind of in awe with what the man had to say. Let me know in the comments below what y'all think about what Woo had to say. Did he? Oh man, I forgot to ask him. That's the one thing. The one thing I was gonna ask. So did y'all catch that? He said so. The rookies, they're not just teaching football when they in that building. They're teaching finance, education, what to do, not to do, like how to buy a house. Like they're teaching them all this stuff. Like, so they're going that extra mile, man, to make sure these guys ain't out there acting fools, blowing their money on stupid shit. Like they're taking care of their players, and that's just great to hear from this organization. As a diehard Raiders fan for 49 years, man, of my life, I bleed silver and black. And it's just great to hear and see that we have kids like Woo Governor and the Cameron Richardson and all these DJ Devonshire, man, Glaze, uh, Trey Taylor. It just goes on and on and on, man. Shout out to the chat. Much love for y'all. I got to get off here and get some food in my stomach. I appreciate everybody that showed up, and keep a lookout, man, because we're going to do more of these lives. We're trying to grow this channel. Like I said, share it with your friends, like, subscribe, follow, sack that thumbs up, hit them like buttons if you haven't already. I don't know how many people are in here, but hope we got enough likes, and much love, everybody. Y'all have a great day. Salute to y'all. Appreciate it. Raiders just win, baby. Much love. We out. Oh shit! Now I gotta close this bitch. Damn, cancel.